isometric dip hold with hamstring march. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a couch, a chair, a bench, box, whatever, and we're going to start in a isometric dip position. A few things to keep in mind about this position is that number one, don't lock out your elbows, okay? I want you to have a tiny bend in your elbows. That doesn't mean here, okay? But I don't want you locking them out and hanging out on your joints. We are hanging out on our muscles. We're not hanging out on our joints. Second thing here is I want you to remember to let your shoulders be nice and open. A lot of times when we get in this position right here, we'll want to do this. And I know you guys have seen people do dips like this right here, and we're not about that. We're not going to do that. So those shoulders are going to stay nice and open. Remember, I don't want to decrease the space in between my armpit and my nipple, okay? I want that space to stay really nice and open. So that is our starting position. Now from here, we can either do this with our knees bent or we can have the legs out a little straighter. Legs out a little straighter is going to be a little more challenging just because of the longer lever. Whichever position we're using, what we're doing here is making sure that we're getting a really nice, good exhale and feeling tension from the bottom up as we lift our leg. Our goal here as we lift our leg is to not let our pelvis shift side to side or feel like we're falling to one side or the other. In order to make this happen, we're going to have to recruit a lot of stabilizing muscles in our body, and I also want you to pay attention to your hamstrings. So what does that look like? What does that mean? You're gonna be in this position right here. Again, you can do it with your legs a little longer or you can do it bent. And what I like to do is each time I put my foot down, what I'll focus on is kind of pulling back just a tiny bit. Now I know I've got that hamstring on my stance leg, and I'm gonna exhale, come up, put the foot down, pull back just a tiny bit, find my hamstring, now exhale. What this is doing is that hamstring, especially if you can get up in the meat of that hamstring and in that proximal attachment, so not just distally, is helping to anchor your pelvis in a really nice position that puts less stretch on the psoas and also optimally aligns your pelvis to be able to allow for really great low TA recruitment, and it also makes for a really happy pelvic floor. So that is your isometric dip hold with hamstring march. Remember, the magic happens in the position. Don't lock out the elbows, exhale, make sure you're feeling really steady and that you're not just falling from one side to the other as you lift the leg up. All right, you got it.